point that we thought was extremely important is that there are a lot of events that are happening in Chippenham and around Chippenham, but people just do not know and hear about it. We need better communication between all the people in the community, especially young people. It's really vital that there's new communication, things like websites, things like using Facebook as ways of young people finding out things. You know, I was speaking to some young people who have only just realised that there's a new recording studio in the Olympiad. And you know, they were saying how they know people who in bands and who like music who would enjoy using facilities like that, but they just simply do not know about it. We thought of perhaps the town producing a calendar of events, of a yearly sort of calendar events, one central thing that everyone, if anyone wanted to post about an event or publicise something, they would go there, put their event down, and it would be, you know, a real thing that everyone would think yes straight away and think of it as sort of a calendar of all the events that are happening. We spoke a lot about volunteers as well, and I mean the organisation Spice is trying to see if they can use something called time credits, which is giving something more back to volunteers, sort of vouchers which have no monetary value, but they're used almost as a substitute to money inside that if people who do volunteering and get these vouchers can then use them to get reduced rates off other things in the future. We were talking to someone who does an event called Sports Makers, which is a group for 16 and plus age group, which is sponsored by Adidas. It's a sport group and it's got a target of 500 volunteers. And so we thought an action could be to have a connection there made between Sports Makers and time credits to give all these volunteers, because they are a lot of them, to give them something back that they can then use and feel that they've done something themselves. We spoke about possibly a heritage and a cultural forum to be formed, and also the idea of, in the 2014 commemoration, just creating a sort of a joint project between any groups that would like to be involved to get together and do a joint project that we can put into that, something to just create more opportunities for people. I mean, there is a lot, but it's getting the communication there and offering new projects as, you know, as much as we can, really, I suppose. Thank you.
We identified three main areas which we felt would come to a top priority. Preventative work, which will be multidisciplinary and cut across quite a lot of the categories represented by the different tables in this room. Reaching the hard to reach. Chippenham has something like 10% of its children living in poverty, and there's a great taboo subject in Chippenham that we don't talk about the poor in our midst, but there are often a lot of health issues such as obesity, alcohol and drug dependency related to areas of poverty. And keeping people healthy across all the age groups. We noted the demographic projection which says that Chippenham's population is going to age considerably over the next few years, and we need to keep elderly people healthy, but at the other end of the spectrum also keep young people healthy as well. To flesh some of these out, I'm afraid we haven't got them particularly in any order, but we talked quite a bit about the need to encourage sport and exercise, education about nutrition as a means of preventing obesity, and not overlooking, at the other end of that spectrum, eating disorders. We also identified that there are quite a lot of people in Chippenham who are not registered with general practitioner services, and an initiative needs to be taken to reach out towards them. And we commented also about the needs of Chippenham Hospital and the fact that that facility in Chippenham is at risk.